What's going on, everybody? This is Teddy Lim. Welcome to day 16 of my 90-day video challenge, and today I wanted to talk to you about the marketing strategies of Lady Gaga. And love her or hate her, wouldn't we all admit that she knows what she's doing? She knows how to influence and grow an audience. So as a music fan and a fellow marketer yourself, I believe it's imperative that we open our minds and really study patterns in society, patterns in our business that can actually help us grow our audience as well. So let's begin. I want to share with you today 5 marketing lessons from Lady Gaga. And number 1 is to focus on your 1%ers, which means Lady Gaga spends much of her efforts on just on the 1% of people. And who are these people? These are what you call the sneezers, right? The sneezers that have their nose held up high, but at the same time they consider themselves as experts on the topic and experts on Lady Gaga, right? So they are her number 1 fans, and these are the people who would actually are the loudest of the bunch, pretty much. So these are the 1%ers. So in your business, you definitely want to capture as much of the 1%ers in your business as you can. People that would, take a swing for you. People that would take a bat for you. In other words, right? What you're going to notice is once you actually develop a very deep relationship with these people, they would be the ones who are going to be holding picket signs out for you and really fighting for things that you believe in. Number 2 is what Lady Gaga does that I notice is that she leads with her values. So what does that mean? Lady Gaga differs from a bunch of her contemporaries in the music scene right now. She stands up for issues that she cares about, and she's not afraid to share these values. So what happens when you do that? Simon Sinek wrote a book called Start With Why, and I really believe that's the best explanation on what this would be. In other words, if you're trying to attract a certain market group of people that you're trying to influence, sell to, or teach, you definitely want to be able to start with why, and why they should follow you. Because people of the same values feel connected to people that have the same values the same as well. So in other words, if you're, let's just say, a Republican, right? You're going to be attracted to people who are Republicans because you share common values. If you're a Democrat, same thing. If you're a Christian, same thing. If you're a non-Christian or an atheist, you're going to feel more connected to those people. As for Lady Gaga, whether you hate her or not on what her stands are on certain issues, which I know you believe I know, and actually what those topics are, she does a good job of connecting with that base. So a lot of that springs from leading with values, right? Lesson number 3 is building a community, right? She, like I said earlier, she connects with her 1%ers, which is actually her loudest group of the bunch. And if you do a little bit of research on her, she actually has this website called littlemonsters.com, and Little Monsters is what she calls her fans, right? And which actually that will lead into lesson number 4 too. Is what people notice is that when you connect with your 1%ers, it strengthens bonds, not only with each other, and they in turn actually pump each other up, give each other self-confidence on like, hey, following Lady Gaga is the right thing to do, but they also connect deeply with her and her brand. So build a community, and like her website, littlemonsters.com, it's actually a social network. And for you, my listener, you may not have a social base that's actually as good or as big as Lady Gaga's enough to actually build a social network from, but it's definitely worth it. You could also do it in other ways where you could start maybe a small Facebook group or have it on your Facebook wall, right? So people that actually look for you and follow you, you want to be able to tap into that market. All right. Number 4 is you want to give your fans a name, which is actually what I went over earlier. For Lady Gaga, she has fans that she calls little monsters, right? It gives them an identity to be able to solidify their identity, right? So when you name something, you actually give it power. And when you actually set up a frame for your fans, and what a frame is, it's something that people step into, right? That they can individualize themselves, first of all, and that they can really have a lasting, deep impact on, just because of, they have a name. It's like a clique, it's like a gang, right? They can identify with it. They have certain rules in order to abide by that. And funny enough, human psychology says that people are more prone to that, and that's actually a topic for another conversation. But when you have certain guidelines that you live by, you're more likely to stay with those guidelines. So after that, I want to share with you lesson number 5, which is give them something to talk about, right? I've always admired Lady Gaga's bravado and creativity, just for the way that she comes up with all these crazy stunts, right? Publicity stunts, right? I'm a huge Jimi Hendrix fan, and if you all know about his concert at Monterey, where he actually basically, played a song, and he played Wild Thing basically. Right after the set, he went ahead and burned his guitar, right? And basically that performance pretty much solidified how people would see him, up to this day, 50 years from when he did that performance, almost 50 years. And that's what made him a god of all guitar legends, right? And for me, when Lady Gaga burned her piano on stage, I kind of liken that as, Jimi Hendrix's version of burning his guitar on the stage. It's obviously it's a lot more costly, after playing a passionate performance, you sacrifice your piano, which is whoever knows how that much that is, right? It's very ceremonial and very sacrificial, right? It's got a lot of undertones to it, whether it's religious undertones, or whether it's almost cultic or cult-like undertones. That's what creates culture. And going back to lesson number 3 is actually it's creating a culture around yourself. So I hope this was of value to you, and let me know your comments. Is Lady Gaga a marketing genius, even though she's sold over 23 million records, despite of declining sales, and and even though she has like 50 million plus followers on Facebook? You think she's a marketing genius? Go ahead and post your comments below. Let's continue this conversation. Follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/global entrepreneur. See you guys soon. Cheers.